Today I'll be reviewing Ori no Nonai Sentakushi ga Gakuen Love Comedy wo Zenryoku de Jamashiteru. What's up with these light novel titles? Or what other people like to call it, Noucome. Anyways, let's get on with the review. Now, Noucome is a 10-episode ecchi harem comedy series that originally aired in fall of 2013. Produced by Dio Media that are most known for Squid Girl and Mondaiji Tachi. Season 2 never. Now, originally coming into the series, I wasn't expecting much when I saw the tags ecchi, harem, and comedy all together, but pleasantly enough, this was definitely the surprise of the season for me. The story follows a guy named Kanade Amakusa, who is cursed with absolute mental choice, in which he is forced to make a choice of 2 or more choices or he'll receive pain. Now, due to this condition and the random task he must perform, he has been labeled by the school as one of the Reject 5, a group of 5 good-looking students that are outcast due to how they act in public. Other members of the Reject 5 include Furano Yukihira, a girl that likes to blast insults to Kanade all the time. She also has small breast syndrome. The other member is Oka Yuoji, a rich, cheerful, airheaded girl that has such a crush on Kanade that she'll run away if he gets a peek at her panties. Also, she has the trait of best girl. The other main character is a girl named Chocolat, a girl that was sent by God to help Kanade with his absolute mental choice problem. But, since she lost her memory before coming to Kanade, she likes to mess around a lot. Other side characters include Yuragi Hakoniwa, a childhood friend of Kanade who likes to be the moto of everyone else. Utage Doraku, a lolly sensei who knows about Kanade's secret as she has also had absolute mental choice in the past. Ayame Ricardo, the Ojo-sama in this anime. God damn, look at those tits! And last but not least, Seira Kokubyakuen, the student council president. The plot isn't anything that captivating, with it just revolving around Kanade and his mental choices. But when God calls him and says that he has to complete these missions, this is where the fun comes in. God says in order to get rid of absolute choice, he has to complete these missions or he'll be stuck with it forever. So it's pretty simple. Get mission from God, complete said mission, and eventually get rid of absolute choice. Anyways, now that I got the plot out of the way, what I really want to talk about is what this series excels in, which is most definitely its comedy. A lot of comedy series I've seen revolve around hit and miss jokes, with a lot being miss rather than hit. Maybe it's the fact that the choices he has to make enhances the comedy quality a ton. While I'm generally not a fan of lol so random humor, I was always looking forward to when the next absolute choice scene was. This is also what this series falls short on, as I felt there weren't enough of these scenes in the anime. Now, another thing I think this anime did well on doesn't really pertain to the anime itself, but rather the voice actors, or seiyus, or whatever you want to call them. These voice actors did a phenomenal job at displaying the range of emotions the characters went through and the actual range in their voice. 2 great examples I can think of are Yukihira, when she talks to Kanade in a completely deadpan voice and a completely shy voice when speaking to herself.
ユキヒラ、今のお前の声か？
一体何の話かしら？
それにちょっと顔が赤くないか？
The other is with Yuragi, the Emoto character, who's usually an upbeat Genki girl, but she does this great yandere impersonation that is just amazing to listen to.
女なんでしょう。
これ、演技なんだよな。
そんなことどうでもいい。もしもお兄ちゃんが揺らぎ以外のものになるんだったら、そんなお兄ちゃん、いらない。
I'm not trying to say that other voice actors are crap or anything. I always found it hilarious listening to Kanade when he was always flustered trying to make a choice.
ガキだな。1年も経てば人は劇的に変わる。今の俺はお前の知ってる俺じゃねえ。お前みたいな父臭い小娘じゃ俺を満足させることはできねえ。消えろ。よし、このまま追い打ちを。この学園の女は全部俺のもんだ。飽きて捨てたメス豚が逆恨みで投票してお断り5なんて呼ばれてんだ。お前も俺の消耗品になりたくなかったらとっとと俺の前か。かっこいい。
It's just those two always made a great impression on me when they always spoke. Now, when I looked up the voice actors, I was surprised to see that pretty much all of them are new to the whole anime scene, with most having less than 5 series under the belt. I can't say enough good things about the voice acting, and I think it's a shame that it gets overshadowed by the comedy or fan service in this anime. Hopefully these people will land more roles in the future, as I enjoy listening to them and look forward to what they bring to the plate. So now that I talked about what I like, there are actually a few things I didn't really like about this. One of them being the characters, most notably Yukihira. She is first introduced as a snappy, insult-throwing girl, which, while being a characteristic of tsundere, I often didn't mind her scenes, because of the fact she wasn't one of those generic, violent tsundere. But slowly throughout the anime, she rarely gets any development and actually gets more violent. Not necessarily as violent as Hoki from Infinite Strauss, but enough to make her scenes boring and flat. Also, a lot of her scenes relied particularly on the joke of her small breast. As you can see, when most of the girls have big fucking tits, this joke gets run to the ground and then beaten several times, which makes me dread her scenes more often than not. Okay, this issue is more of a personal one rather than an anime one. It's the Japanese wordplay. While I do say that this anime is a great comedy, I do feel that it also acts as a double-edged sword, in the sense being that some jokes don't get translated very well and the joke isn't given its full potential. But that's to be expected in wordplay, as it relies heavily on Japanese culture and the Japanese language. I do know that there are other subs rather than Crunchyroll that actually explain some of the jokes, but they also like to add some of their own lines to make it seem more funny. Ugh. Come on. As for the soundtrack, it's nothing really special, but it's nothing really crap. Sure, there are a few tracks that are catchy to listen to, but most of it doesn't really stand out to the audience. And for the opening and ending, it's just your average J-pop and J-rock with female singers. Although I do have to point out that I enjoyed the beginning of the opening with the handstand visuals. The art and animation isn't anything too amazing. I didn't see that much quality that was mean to the eyes. It's just your generic anime, I guess you could say. But some of the character designs were nicer than others. Now, if you actually love this anime, I have bad news. This anime sold like absolute shit, and there's very little chance of it getting a season 2. But there's a scheduled OVA that comes out on May 20th, 2014. For my final rating, I'd give this 7.5 out of 10. Overall, I think Noucome is a good anime that somewhat likes to make fun of itself and knows what its strong points are. If you're a comedy lover, it's one you surely can't miss. I understand if the fan service can be off-putting, but just try to look past it. It has a generic harem open ending with no girl actually being confirmed the winner, which I figured that would happen in the first place. It knows what it's good at and doesn't rely heavily on the fan service element. It could have been better if it was longer and the plot actually got resolved, but it's still an enjoyable watch for the comedy. Anyways, that's it for my review. Thanks for watching if anyone even watched this, and hopefully this is the start of something good.
Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.